Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a reading. Sorry, I've said before I am a film major. I was writing, producing, casting for a class film for the past month. It's for our final grade. So the last reading that I made was like shortly after or right before I wrote the script. So I haven't really made a video, at least not a public one. I posted a few private readings throughout the month of October, but anyway. I did feel really drawn to do a reading today. Right now it's November 10th, 8:35 p.m. Tomorrow is 11:11. And so I see a lot of pick a card readings about 11:11 and how it's supposed to be like a gate opening, new changes, you know, like when you see 11:11 on the clock and you make a wish. 11:11 is very powerful. So tomorrow being November 11th, I just wanted to see what kind of changes are happening for you, what's in store. So you know the deal, pick a card, pick a pile. So we have pile number 1, this is Dyed Howlite, otherwise known as the red bracelet. Pile number 2, this is Amethyst, otherwise known as the purple bracelet. And then pile number 3, we have the Tiger's Eye bracelet, otherwise known as the brown bracelet. Okay, so you can pause, you can pick your pile. The timestamp, as usual, will be in the description and in the comments. Without further ado, let's get started. So we had a lot of cards coming out for these. I have the Shadowscape Tarot, the Romance Angel Oracle deck, and the Tea Leaf Oracles. About like 4, 3, and 4 for each card. So it's going to be a long reading as usual. So pile number 1, let's get started. So I kind of got like a sneak peek at these cards while I was shuffling them. Okay, make sure you can see that. All right, I got a little sneak peek of the cards while I was shuffling them, and I'm just like, oof, you know, but let's actually unpack this. So you have the World, 4 of Cups, King of Swords in the reverse, 8 of Cups. With the Romance Angel Oracle cards, you have Codependency, Attraction in the reverse, Release Your Ex in the reverse, and then for the Tea Leaf Oracle cards, or the Fortune cards, you have Hills, Obstacles to Overcome, the Wheel, this was in reverse, Indecisiveness, Allowing Yourself to Ramble Aimlessly, Grapes, Time to Go Out and Have Fun, and Forest, Muddled, Unclear Thinking. Okay, so with the overall energy being the World card, I definitely feel like there was some completion that happened or may be happening right now. It could have been something that happened within the past couple weeks or a couple weeks after 11/11, you know, but just around this time, there has been some type of cycle you finally completed. With the Codependency card, I do feel, I'm jumping around a little bit, but with the Codependency card, I do feel like it may have had to do with a karmic relationship. Like I was saying, for a few of you, some of you have twin flame, karmic, soulmate relationships, so I feel like pile 1 tends to get this whole karmic situation, so I feel like maybe you finally completed a cycle with the karmic. So I feel like you were fully aware that the attraction was no longer there, and so I feel like you finally did release your ex. It's no longer like, oh, it's time to clear energy. I feel like you already have. If not, you are about to, because it being in the reverse could either be it's happening very soon for you or that it already happened and you no longer have to worry about it, okay? But yeah, there definitely was like, I definitely feel like there was this whole situation with the karmic that you finally were just like, okay, you're very indecisive at first. I feel like to you it was an obstacle to overcome. You didn't really know how to walk away, but you finally were like, my heart's not in it anymore. Like, I've lost interest. I don't really want to do it anymore. So even if you did it in a cold way with the King of Swords, I feel like you finally expressed your feelings and just expressed that you didn't want a part of this anymore. So you let this person go, you let the situation go, okay? Some of you could be an air sign or dealing with an air sign, or you could also have water heavy in your chart, okay? I feel like, honestly, I mean, I feel like a lot of you guys are masculine with the King of Swords in the reverse, okay? But really, it's usually the second card that's the querent, and this could be what it's about, you know? But whether it's you or dealing with another person, I feel like you could have been dealing with someone that, whether they were male or female, kind of have this like masculine type of energy, kind of coming off a little bit cold, okay? Like someone that was like manipulative, abusive, you know, I feel like more in like the realm of like words. Okay, so yeah, I don't really think this is you. I think this is just someone you were dealing with. Okay, so this was you with the Four of Cups, which is, it's like apathetic, like meditation, contemplation, reevaluation. So I definitely feel like maybe after like kind of thinking long and hard about your situation with this person, you could have been dealing with an air sign, like I said, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and you could have water in your chart, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, like somewhere in your chart. Nothing major. I think it's like moon, rising. You like kind of reevaluated the situation, which is like, it helped you complete this cycle because you were thinking about your relationship with this person, your dealings with this person, and you were just kind of like, I really don't want anything to do with this person anymore. And maybe they're taking me away from things that are important. They are like basically bringing my attention elsewhere where it shouldn't be, and it's kind of coming across as very manipulative and abusive and tyrannical, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So you probably were just like, okay, I'm finally making this decision. I just want to release this person. And I think you finally have done that. Okay, so like the Eight of Cups in the upright, this, like I was saying earlier, this is more like in the process of it, but this is withdrawal. Okay, so I kind of feel like I almost feel like this situation, though it was good for you, there is still a little bit of disappointment, maybe a little sadness. Like if it is a breakup, maybe you're sad because you're single now, or maybe if there was a different person that you wanted to be with instead, maybe you feel like you lost your chance with them, or something like that. But this talks about disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, and escapism with the Eight of Cups. Okay, like this is movement. Okay, the Eight is movement. I feel like yeah, this placement of this card, because it's at the end, it could be like the result of this, but for some of you it's literally just like this is how you felt in the past with this person or with this situation, which is why you were like, I'm finally just going to leave it alone. I don't want to be with them anymore. I do feel like if you haven't already left this person behind, you're about to. Okay, this is just a cycle that was meant to be completed. It's not something that we were dealing with forever, and this has been very, very prominent for pile number one, just talking about dealing with the karmic and breaking up with them. So whoever keeps picking pile number one, you definitely were dealing with like some type of karmic situation, and you're just letting them go. So it may be like, post breakup depression or whatever, like type of feeling. I feel like it will happen for a little bit. Minor arcanas are temporary, but this situation was meant to happen, like this whole cycle, being with this person, dealing with this, and realizing this isn't what you want, that was supposed to happen, whether it was with this person or with anyone else, but you were meant to learn this lesson, so it was like one of those blessings in disguise types of things, like not something to have forever. It was always a temporary situation, but I feel like you're finally out of it, okay? And notice this is always in the corner of this card, but it's only once in a while that I notice it. This is a little Michelangelo painting, or no, not Michelangelo. This Da Vinci. Like just the man. And whenever I see this, I just think, I came, I saw, I conquer. So I'm not even sure if that's actually related to this painting, but all I know is I saw it on like a show one time. It had this painting and then the words, I came, I saw, I conquer, like Vidi Vidi Vici. So I just feel like that being in the reverse, it just kind of shows that this person conquers a little too much. It's also a very intelligent person, but it's like they kind of use their intelligence as like, you know, in a very manipulative way, like I was saying. So yeah, it's just whoever this person wasn't always someone you wanted to stay with, you know, because I'm not really getting any positive energy from this person. So I feel like you left them behind. It was good for you to do that. You felt like for a while you didn't really want to be around them, and you were withdrawn from them. So you finally were like, you know what? Why am I wasting my time? I'm not interested in this person. I don't want to be around this person anymore. I'm going to let them go. So you finally completed that cycle, okay? So yeah, that probably was an obstacle. Like, I feel like maybe a lot of you were just very sensitive people and you just didn't want to hurt anybody. So you're trying to figure out how to leave this person behind. So that was an obstacle to overcome. It made you very indecisive, okay? It was very aimless, you know, like you didn't know how to go about the situation until you finally did it. So, you know, it's like it was just something really important. You're like, I'm done with like this unclear thinking. I'm just ready to kind of just yeah, to just kind of go out and have fun now. I feel like for some of you, you will be going back and forth with your thoughts in this whole situation. Like, one minute you'll be having fun with your friends, family, whatever, you're just having a nice time, you know, maybe dating or, you know, whatever. But just, I feel like it's more like enjoying time to yourself, not even necessarily being with other people. Maybe going to bars, drinking, or something like that. Okay? With the codependency, though, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Part of me almost feels like maybe this person made you want to drink or something. That's only for some of you, because like grapes, they're wine, and then codependency, that's addictions. I feel like this is more of the person itself. Like, it was just a karmic situation. I feel like maybe you were very like attracted to someone else, and maybe you couldn't release a different person. Like, you were maybe with this person, dating this person, whatever, but you couldn't stop thinking about another person that maybe you dealt with in the past, whether you were with them or not. You were thinking about them, and to a point where it's almost like it feels like obsession. So you're just like, you know what, why am I dealing with this person? I'm not interested in them. I want to be with this other person, you know. So you kind of just left them behind. Okay, I do feel like some of you probably do like partying a lot. Just careful not to drink too much, you know. That's just for some of you. Again, there are mixed messages. This is a general reading. Just take what resonates with you. It's a little muddled and unclear because, well, that's for you. Whoever chose this pile is just having a lot of muddled, unclear thinking. So I feel like there's just a lot to unpack with this situation. Okay, so if you do want a personal reading, I'll put my info in the description below. It's breezetarot@gmail.com. You can email me. You can request a reading. My readings are very inexpensive. You can request a personal reading, like a video like this, or chat on Facebook, and like a live chat or an email, you know. For those of you who haven't seen my channel yet. But yeah, there is just a lot of, like, I feel like the result of this, like this whole cycle completed, it's almost like you still are trying to figure out like why this is happening, what's going on with this whole situation, why did you do this, why did you do that, and, you know, so you're going to be like kind of wondering for a while. I feel like just being like, you know, why did I leave this person behind, why can't I stop thinking about this other person, you know, however the situation resonates with you, or why did I get with this person in the first place, like that type of thing. There definitely is a lot of like, you know, it's like you're just running around in a maze and you're trying to find your way out. It's like you got yourself in a tough situation and you're trying to now get out of it. And I feel like it has a lot to do with this karmic person. That was a really intense hiccup. That was probably a little confirmation for some of you. But I'm getting a lot of like runner chaser dynamic with you guys, so I do feel like you were probably dealing with someone, like having a soul connection with someone else, and maybe you ran away from them, and I feel like you did get with a karmic, and then at some point you're just like, oh, I made a mistake, why did I do this? So then you finally made the decision to leave them behind, and now you have to kind of dig yourself out of this little trench that you basically digged for yourself after a period of time. I feel like you basically did like one full spin around the globe with this situation. Okay, so I feel like you probably were with this karmic for like a year or almost a year. it could have been like, actually, you see how like the moon is like not fully in the center right here? I feel like for some of you, literally, this karmic that you were dealing with, it was probably like almost a year if you waited like one more week, if you waited like a couple more days. Like, I feel like this is very specific, I'm sorry. I feel like for some of you, you literally like, you broke up with someone like a week before your like, you know, 1 year anniversary, or maybe like a month before, okay? So it's like you were about to do one full trip, you know, one full trip around the sun, one full trip around whatever. But then you kind of just were like, nope, bye. Like, I don't even want to be with you for one more week. I don't want to be with you for one more month. Like, you know, it's over. I don't care if it's almost our year anniversary. I want to break it off because I don't want you popping the L word. I don't want you saying I love you or whatever because, oh, we've been together for a year. We should probably do something about it. Like, no, it's like, I just feel like whoever was in this situation for pile number one, you basically were like, let's just cut this off right now because I don't want this person getting the wrong idea. I don't want this person thinking I'm gonna, you know, pop the question. I don't want this person popping the question for me. So let's just break it off before people get a little too excited about an anniversary happening, you know? That's really funny. It's funny how, like, very specific messages will come up for certain people. So yeah, like, literally almost a year anniversary. Almost a year you were together, and then boom, you cut them off immediately. Like, you broke up with them, you didn't want to be with them anymore, you didn't want to wait one more week. You're like, nope, sorry, I'm not ready to, you know, I'm not ready to go higher. Okay. Also, when I was pulling out these cards, I noticed at the bottom of the deck when I was reading this and I was shuffling, I saw at the bottom of the deck the engagement card, and it was in the reverse. So I feel like literally whoever you were dealing with, someone was probably expecting a proposal to happen. If you're a guy, you know, or whatever, if I'm not gonna, gender doesn't really matter, but you know, if you are the person that would be the one to pop the question, you didn't want to, you know, and if you're the person that like figured, oh, they're gonna ask me to marry them, you're just like, no, I don't want to. I'm gonna break up with him now. I don't want them to get the wrong idea. So like whoever it was that was gonna pop the question, you weren't ready. They probably thought it was gonna happen. They probably thought that this was like a real relationship. You probably were just like, no, this is temporary. I know I don't want to be with you forever. This was just for fun, but now things are getting a little too serious, and I actually don't like you like that, so I'm just gonna break it off, okay? So yeah, it could be muddled, unclear thinking for them. They could be very confused about the situation and just kind of being like, you know, they could be disappointed. They could be really sad and being just like, damn, like, why'd they break up with me? Like, what happened? You know, I thought things were going great, but it's like this whole time you kind of knew that you didn't want to be with them, but you just, I feel like a lot of you guys aren't really that great with expressing yourselves emotionally. So this person probably thought that you really were into them, but in reality you weren't. In reality you were just having fun. That's something you gotta work out on your own. Again, I feel like a lot of you guys like were kind of living a lie with this relationship. Like, you had feelings for someone else, but you stayed with this person, and then yeah, once things started to get too serious, you're just like, no, I don't want to be with this person anymore. So yeah, I do feel like whether it just happened like a couple weeks ago or whether it's about to happen now or whatever, just 11/11, whether it just being near 11/11, I just feel like maybe you probably got a lot of like really intense dreams, you know, with the meditation. Maybe you were meditating in your sleep, you know, and you just got a lot of messages basically saying like, it's time to let this person go, it's time to leave this person alone, and, you know, just get rid of this person, okay? So yes, I just feel like for those who chose pile number one, you finally freed yourself from a relationship that you knew wasn't an honest relationship. You finally released yourself from a connection that you knew wasn't meant for you. So kudos to you. Do not go back. You know, if you know it's not meant for you, don't be impulsive and be like, no, maybe I should. No. If you know it's not meant for you, just stay. Be away from them. Give yourself time to process. They'll be upset. Don't let them try to sneak their way back into your lives. You know, if you knew that it was the best way to go about, then that's fine, okay? So thank you, pile number one. I want to pile number two Amethyst. All right. 5 of Wands in the reverse. 2 of Wands in the reverse. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Wands. Very soon. Unrequited love. Let go of control issues. Man. Dealings or relationship with a man. Months of the year. July. Box. You will receive a gift. This did come in the reverse though, so take it how you will. It could either be you're giving a gift or just flat out you will receive a gift, or maybe you already received something in July. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay. I'll like have these on their side and we'll just see to make sense if it was meant to be in the upright or in the reverse. Okay, so there, yeah, okay. This is really weird. So yeah, there's a lot of reverse cards right now. So let's look at this real quick. So I'm getting a lot of fire energy for one thing. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's not like I said Sagittarius. But yeah, a lot of fire in someone's chart. And also Earth, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I do feel like for some of you there could be some unrequited love happening, or at least maybe you think that there is. But let's just unpack this first. It is a lot. We just gotta read what happens. Sometimes not always a good reading, but don't attack the messenger. So with the 5 of Wands in the reverse being like the first card, this is increased focus on goals and conflict avoidance. Okay, with the 2 of Wands in the reverse, this is fear of the unknown and lack of planning, which ties in nicely with the let go of control issues. And also the very soon card. The 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, this is perfectionism, lacking ambition or focus, and the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands is like a visionary entrepreneur, a leader, like a natural born leader, someone honorable, okay? Maybe someone that a lot of people admire, maybe someone that's just well known, okay? This would be you, the querent, okay? So 2 of Wands, like, there's just a lot of fear of the unknown. So I feel like, I mean, well, you're definitely dealing with someone, obviously. You're dealing with a man, okay? I don't think that you're the man. I think you're dealing with the man. I mean, you could be a man, you know, but, like, you aren't this man. You're dealing with a man. Don't worry about, like, their expression or their hair or whatever. It's just saying you're dealing or relationship with a man. So let me just say man one more time. Man. So what I feel like you are dealing with some type of, you know, connection, or you feel like it's a connection, right? And honestly, I'm gonna go on a whim and just say that, like, you're more afraid this is unrequited love. I feel like you are going back and forth. I feel like you probably aren't really in communication with this person, okay? For some of you. Or if you are in communication with them, it's just things aren't really going how you want them to go. You're kind of, like, going back and forth, worried about, like, are they into you, are they not? You know, what's going on with this person, how they feel about me. And I feel like you're kind of on a timetable right now, you're rushing it, and this is saying let go of control issues. I feel like you're very, like, I feel like a lot of you may have a lot of anxiety, maybe in general, but anxiety about this situation where you want to know what's happening for you. Like, you want to know what's next. And because you don't know what's happening, because this is a situation that's out of your control, for some of you it could be like a soul connection, like a spiritual connection. But because it's something that's out of your control, it's actually just making you very anxious, and I feel like you're focusing all of your energy on this person and this situation, where you could be focusing it on work. You could be focusing on school, career, and, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, definitely, whether this person likes you or not, whether, you know, or if it's in your head that they don't like you, I feel like something is going to happen very soon, like, you know, maybe a pickup in communication, because I don't necessarily feel like all of you aren't communicating with this person. I feel like if anything, communication is very scarce, but it's probably still there for some of you, okay? Or you probably see this person around, you know, but, I do see something happening very soon, so they might kind of come back up in your energy very soon, but it's something you can't control. Just kind of allow it to unfold naturally. Don't rush it, okay? If anything, I'm feeling like whether this is a twin flame or soulmate or just a normal, everyday, you know, type of connection, I do feel like there is a lot of like a runner-chaser dynamic, which usually does happen with twin flames and all that. Now, this is not really alluding to a twin flame connection. Some of you could be, but this isn't specifically saying, you know, like some of you could be dealing with a soulmate or twin flame connection and separation or whatever, but for the sake of this reading right now, that's not what's coming up. Right now, it's just, basically, I feel like what's Spirit is trying to tell you is stop focusing so much on this person, on this connection, on whatever it is, this connection or lack thereof, you know, whatever. Don't get too anxious if I say lack thereof. I feel like I have no idea who I'm talking to, but I feel like I'm just walking on eggshells. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want you to think this isn't a connection. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying right now, definitely, it's just a very, very small, very slow communication, and yeah, it may be making you worry that this is unrequited, at least for now. Maybe you're about to go in a separation phase, but I just feel like with 11/11 tomorrow, or maybe for the past couple weeks leading up to now, this is a timeless reading, but obviously this is meant for 11/11. So whether it was building up to 11/11, during 11/11, or a little bit after 11/11, and just seeing what changes take on from now through like maybe the end of the year or the next gate opening type of dates, I feel like Spirit wants you to focus more on work right now, okay? I feel like you're losing a lot of your focus thinking about this person, okay? There's like a lot of attraction that you have for this person, I feel like, but I feel like they're not really giving you the time of the day. The month of July, it could be something that happened over the summer. There is a lot of fire. July is, the very end of July is Leo. So I feel like you could be dealing with a Leo, you know, or a Cancer with fire heavy in their chart, like really heavy. Like Moon, Rising, Venus, you know? It doesn't have to be, of course. That's just what I'm kind of picking up right now. This could be someone's birthday. They could be a Cancer because that is July, or the end of July is Leo. Because, yeah, August is also Leo, and then it goes to Virgo. So, yeah, so July is Cancer and Leo. Could be dealing with a Cancer or a Leo. They have fire in their chart somewhere. They could also have Leo heavy in their chart. I'm also seeing the Lion right here, so definitely I do feel like Leo's in there somewhere. It might not be. Maybe it's not the Moon or Rising or Venus, but maybe it's like something else in the chart, like communication or something that like isn't the top 3, but it's still probably like, you know, it could be like, oh yeah, their sun is this, their moon is this, their rising is this, their Venus is that, but then like everything else is Leo, 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 you know, or they come across as a Leo, or you met them during Cancer or Leo season. But yeah, this is dealing with relationships with a man. Maybe you met them around this time, or this is like when their birthday is, you know. For some of you, I feel like it's more like when you met this person. some July, whether it was the past year or a couple years ago or whatever. But yeah, I still do feel like they could have fire in their chart. You will receive a gift. It could be like the gift of communication, maybe. Or maybe it's like more like metaphorical, like them being around you is kind of a gift, like their presence, you know, their presence kind of just made you appreciative of them. Maybe you kind of give each other gifts once in a while, like you have like a type of friendship or something where you just give each other things. Like, oh, I saw this at the store and I thought of you, here, yeah, that type of thing. Or, oh, hey, come with me, I got tickets to this, come here, like that type of thing. So you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Yeah, I'm not, honestly, like, while the love situation or just this person you're dealing with does seem to be showing up a lot right now, this is more about goals, okay? So I feel like with 11/11, you're going to be more focused on work and more focused on your career path and not so much on this person, okay? Like, you know, I just feel like you're losing focus on work because you're thinking about this person, but like really, you know, where it's like something's lacking in your life, love, money, or goals, I feel like it's mainly goals. Like you're trying to figure out where you are in life right now, and you need to just worry about that. I feel like a lot of you could be in college right now because the Eight of Pentacles is like apprenticeship. It's like, you know, it's like an entry level type of job, but it is in the reverse though. So I just feel like you're really just not focusing on it as much as you should be. Like you really should be focusing more on work life, okay? And I feel like you're gonna kick into gear very soon with that, okay? Like this whole situation with this person, I do feel like it's like a romantic interest or maybe a close friend, just someone you're very into, someone you're talking to, communicating with. I feel like, yeah, like I keep saying, Spirit really wants you to just put that whole thing in the corner of the garage, like on the back burner, leave it alone, and focus on work. Do not focus on them. Focus on you. Focus on your career path. Focus on your goals, your dreams. Focus on your assignments. Basically, do what you need to do to better yourself and to better your career, and just stop focusing so much on this person that you're dealing with. Okay? And I feel like Spirit just wants me to keep saying that over and over again. If any of you guys watch pick a card readings, that's probably something that you have seen a few different times, okay? Just like you're not focusing enough on your career, and you really should be, okay? I feel like for some of you, you're probably like honestly about to make like a 180 with your career path and like your desires, but like I'm seeing a lot of sacral chakra in the reverse, and that talks about like destructiveness, aloofness, frustration, dependence, and being withdrawn. So I feel like you're definitely too dependent on this person, this situation with this person. Yeah, it could be a strong connection, like a strong spiritual connection is probably why you keep thinking about them. I don't necessarily think it's like an obsession type of thing. I think it's just this person is just kind of like in the back of your mind repeatedly, and you can't stop thinking about them. But it could be a temporary situation. Maybe they're dating someone, or maybe they're just not showing as much interest as you are right now. You know, that's just a temporary situation. Like nothing's really set in stone right now, but basically Spirit is just saying like, okay, until this person, you know, kind of reemerges into your life, or, you know, they're a little more prominent, until communication gets stronger with this person, don't sit in it. Don't think about this person so much to a point where you're not focusing on your own goals and your own self. So definitely take a break from this person, take a break from this situation, and just focus on work. Okay? That's really all I'm getting, honestly. That's all I'm getting. Because you do feel like something's missing. Okay? Now, like, this is the Romance Angel Oracle deck, so this doesn't necessarily have to do with your work life. It's just really like this whole conflict between like this love interest and your actual work and things you should be doing. But definitely this person is taking all of your attention away from what you should be paying attention to, and that's work. Like, keep your nose in the books, basically. It's like, because obviously you can have both, you know, you can have a love life and all that, and also still have like a thriving career and everything. That's fine. It's just that while things are kind of like stagnant, while you're in a stalemate with this person, just focus on yourself, okay? So 5, 2, 8, 9, 10, 15, 5, 6. Okay, so some of you, I do feel like this could be a soulmate connection for some of you, and that's probably why you're thinking about them a lot. Like, they just, no matter what you're doing, they're in the back of your head, okay? Because I'm also like a numerologist. You know, I do a lot of numbers with my readings, and I decode numbers and synchronicities and everything like that. So some of you could be seeing a lot of numbers that add up to 6, okay? So basically what happens with that is, like, you take all the single numbers, you add them up, you know, and then it becomes a double number, you split up the double number, and then you add those numbers, okay? So basically I saw 5, 2, and 8, okay? So 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Then you split it up. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 is a soulmate number. That's the harmony number. So yeah, like you could be seeing like license plates that, like, you know, have numbers that will be like, oh, 3 and 3, or yeah, or 1 and 5, whatever. You like that type of thing. But just numbers on the license plate that will add up to 6. 4, 2, you know, something like that, okay? And it's like, yeah, like, every once in a while there are very specific numbers that Spirit wants you to look at. Like, I know that I've been getting 222 or 22 so many times over the past couple weeks. So for you guys, your number is probably the number 6, which is also really funny because July is the 6th month. Okay? Wait, no, it's not. I'm sorry, no, it's not. That's the 7th month. Oopsie. Not editing things out. Things happen. Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, no. No, I'm thinking of July 6th, never mind, because my grandma's birthday was 7/6. So no, June is the 6th month. July is the 7th month, so disregard that, my bad. But, so that's just going back to just meeting someone in the month of July. But this point still stands, though. I do feel like you do see the number 6 a lot. Okay? So pay attention to that. Whenever you see the number 6, just think about whatever it was, like, what were you thinking about just before you saw those numbers adding up to 6? Like, you know, pull out your calculator and just be ready to add some numbers up whenever you see a bunch of numbers together, and just put it all together just to see the number 6, okay? Oh, it's funny because the tea leaf deck, I'm looking at it, and it's like copyright 2011, 2016, and my eye went straight to the number 6. So, yeah, the number 6 definitely seems to be a very important number for you guys. So yeah, just like, I'm sorry if my reading is like really boring and tired right now, but yeah, like, just like, I just feel like right now, for 11/11, just, yeah, don't focus too much on love relationships and all that. Just focus on your work, focus on your career. And honestly, it probably is when you're thinking about this person that you see things that add up to number 6, and number 6 is probably like, okay, yes, the connection's there, whatever. Like, you know, you do have a connection, but also stop thinking about it so much. Focus on other things, you know? Or it's almost like Spirit is trying to be like, okay, yeah, there's a connection there, stop doubting it, okay? Like, there's a connection there anyway. If you don't mind, getting back to work, please, you know? It's like Spirit has to constantly, like, confirm things to you and be like, yeah, this is a connection, this is a spiritual connection for some of you. That's not going to resonate with all of you. If you're like, what's a soulmate? That's probably not your message. But for some of you who do feel like you're in a spiritual connection, it's like, yeah, cool, you are. Anyway, go back to work and focus on your own thing and stop thinking about this person so much. You know? So you're probably going to get a little bit more in gear, okay? Or if anything, this is kind of telling you, like, this is kind of like spirit warning you that you will go off track when it comes to work stuff, and they're just saying like, no, get to work, okay? Get to work. But also do look out for a gift that you may receive, because that is very interesting that showed up. Or maybe you gave a gift to someone. That's a very interesting card that showed up. So keep that in mind. You could be getting or giving a gift to this person, or maybe you did. Like, again, this person probably dealt with them since the month of July, or met them in July, or their birthday was in July, something about July. And maybe you guys, like, you know, gave each other something, but that's not going to fulfill you, you know, like you still feel like something's lacking. And it could be something lacking in both your love life and, you know, like keyword and, love life and career life, but you're only focusing on love life right now when you should be focusing on career, okay? So I think I drilled that home to you enough, all right? So yeah, just focus on work right now. Let go of the situation, just let it unfold how it's going to unfold. Don't come on too strong, and also, even if it seems like unrequited love, something might happen when it's supposed to happen, just wait for it, but in the meantime, focus on work, okay? So, thank you, pile number 2. These messages are very clear and cut and dry today, but I hope you enjoyed your reading, and if you want a personal reading, I will put my information in my description below, okay? So last but not least, pile number 3, Tiger's Eye, 1111, 6 of Wands, Magician, Knight of Cups in the reverse, Temperance, Love Yourself First, Heart-to-Heart Conversations in the reverse, and Religious Factors in the reverse, Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future, Beetle, Good Fortune, Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles, and Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. That is ironic because women, it says something's negative, but then like everything else is positive. So whatever this problem is probably like the smallest problem, like literally nothing, in all honesty. But let's look at this. Okay, so with the 6 of Wands, 6 of Wands is like the victory card, okay? That's actually a really nice card to get, okay? So I feel like you will feel very victorious, you know, and you may have felt this way from like a couple weeks ago, on 11/11, or shortly after, or just around this time period of November in general. You may just feel very victorious, you know, it's like you overcame something, you overcame an obstacle, okay? Honestly, the way how this is like looking, even though these are supposed to be fortune cards, I almost feel like, because these cards are positive, you can see it, so I kind of feel like this card right here is more talking about like something in the past, you know, like definitely it was something that, it was like a major arcana thing, it was something that like was probably meant to happen, like a spiritual type of thing, especially with religious factors, but it was something that happened that you weren't that happy about, and you just kind of had to be patient and just deal with it until it finally like went away, you know? But let's unpack this. So for one, I feel like a lot of you guys who chose this pile are manifestors, okay? Like you really are good at manifesting things with the Magician card, okay? Like, so there's probably something you were heavy manifesting on, which is probably why you feel this like success now, okay? You could have been dealing with like a kind of immature energy. This is like a masculine energy, the Knight of Cups, okay? just like someone that could potentially, you know, charm your socks off, someone that it could potentially be like a total romantic thing, a romantic interest, romantic situation, but probably not in the physical realm. You know, it was probably like a very spiritual situation happening. Okay, I feel like for some of you, you knew this was coming, but it just, while it was taking a long time, you're just being patient and, you know, and just, you know, practicing self-love. Honestly, how these cards are coming up, heart-to-heart conversations in the reverse and religious factors in the reverse, definitely do feel like it's like a spiritual type of situation 100%, because these major arcana is definitely something having to do with spiritual growth and everything like that. For some of you, you could have been communicating with a certain someone in your dreams, like spiritually. Maybe your higher self was communicating with them, so you're probably not really talking in the physical realm, okay? Because you have this and that. So it's probably like, I do feel like it's maybe someone like that you are with in spirit, you know? Like someone you have a spiritual connection with, someone that you have been with, you know, like a soulmate connection, someone you've been with in a different realm, a different dimension, okay? So like, you know, in the physical, something that you're manifesting, I feel like because you're probably being a little bit more in touch with these visions, with these spiritual messages, you know that something's coming to you now, you know something's about to happen for you. I feel like you've been waiting a really long time for this to happen. You've been manifesting it, and you've just been doing your job. You've been patient. You've been waiting for this to happen. You know, you were like, I'm not gonna settle for anything that's not good for me. I'm going to love myself first. Okay, and that actually made you more romantically attractive. You might have a lot of people that are very attracted to you right now as well. But definitely just a lot of manifestation. This is like a really positive deck. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius, you don't have to be, or it could just be in Sagittarius season, which is the end of November into December. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like in your I'm choking, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, so that could be some throat chakra stuff, like maybe, definitely not physically talking to them, but I feel like in your dreams, in the spiritual realm, this also, like with the, sorry, I'm going back and forth though, with the Temperance card, when in regards to like love situations, this is mutual, like it's mutual love, okay? So I really feel like in your dream self, in your dream realm, your spiritual realm, you are having like heart-to-heart conversations with this person, like maybe telepathically, spiritually, in your dreams. You know, maybe they're sending you a lot of messages in your dreams, and you're basically like having this whole like romantic situation with someone. Okay, so pay close attention to your dreams and just kind of see what's going on. And I feel like the song A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes, like that Cinderella song, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, of just like all these dreams you keep having about this person, about this situation, they're very positive, and you're really starting to manifest the hell out of it, so it's going to happen for you soon. And I feel like a lot of you may be very in tune with your intuition and psychic abilities, and you know that this is coming towards you, okay? Because there definitely is a period of prosperity and abundance happening with bread. Okay, it could be, also, if you didn't notice that my eyelash was like on this, like 2 eyelashes are on this, and usually if you find your eyelash, you blow it off and make a wish. So I really feel like it's just definitely something like, I feel like a lot of you are very superstitious, and you probably like, you know, blow an eyelash to make a wish, or whenever you see 1111, you make a wish. But you're just great manifestors, so it's that type of thing, like if you really want it, and you concentrate on it, and you're like, I want this to happen, but then you continue to do you continue to just, you know, practice this self-love and just focus on yourself while you're still manifesting, and things are just kind of coming towards you and happening for you, okay? It's like it's been a long time coming, okay? But do be careful though, because we can't ignore this card. Even though these cards are all really positive, we can't ignore this, okay? Warning you of a problem either now or in the near future, okay? Just keep manifesting good things. Pay close attention to your dreams. I know, like, when I was shuffling these cards, I did see pay attention to the red flags, okay? So basically, like, what I'm kind of thinking is don't make hasty decisions and like accept the wrong thing for you. You know, like say if you're like waiting on a soulmate connection, you know, don't jump into a karmic relationship because you're losing patience, you know, so like just be careful what you do, okay? Like this is just like a warning, like you can easily avoid this, okay? Like I feel like you'll see the red flags and you'll know. You'll see the red flags and you'll know like, okay, let me not go near this person, let me not do this, let me not do that. You know, you don't want to mess up the path that you're going on, okay? So just be really careful who you talk to, who you interact with, who you get involved with, okay? Just don't make the wrong decision, okay? This seems to be a lot about personal growth, spiritual growth, and some love-related stuff, but on a very spiritual level for you guys. It's a burp confirmation, okay? But yeah, good fortune, triumph over troubles and obstacles, and period of prosperity and abundance. So that's really positive. That's a lot of really good messages to get. Like, it's seriously just really great manifestation. So I feel like 11/11, either just before 11/11, during 11/11, or shortly after 11/11, you're just gonna have a lot of abundance coming your way, which is awesome. It's just been a long time coming. I feel like you probably had a lot of downfalls happening for you, or you know, or they could have been very little, you know, maybe money issues or just issues with your love life, you know, or just trouble. I'm seeing your manifestation actually come to fruition, but I feel like now it's actually finally happening for you. Like you put in the work, you put in the time, you've been very patient, okay? This is all about patience. You waited to finally like enjoy the fruits of your own labors, and it's finally happening for you, okay? And it definitely does. I definitely do feel like it has a lot to do with spiritual path, okay? So yeah, definitely I would say, like, if you don't already, get a dream journal, okay, and just write down your dreams, look up certain symbols and be like, okay, so this happened in my dream, look it up, be like, okay, so what was that about, you know? I feel like your dreams are more than just dreams. I feel like you're actually having visions and you're actually getting messages from spirit, okay? There are a lot of things that are probably going on in your waking life and your dreams are trying to call more attention to it, so just pay close attention to that, okay? But it's definitely something I do feel like you deserve this. I feel like you've been waiting a really long time for something to happen for you. It probably like was very quiet and nothing was happening for like a couple years now. Because our major arcana, that's like a year, and I see 2 of these. Yeah, you've been dealing with something for easily 2 years or maybe even more, you know. But I just feel like, yeah, you really put in the work, you really manifested this, and you were very patient, and now it's finally coming your way, and that's great. That's really cool, you know? And even if you're not having it in real life, heart-to-heart conversation is either about to happen for you, and maybe like a soulmate person or, you know, a connection that you're involved with. But it's like, it was just like a little victory, like something finally ended, you know, something finally came to a close, something finally happened that you've been waiting a long time for. Even if you feel it wouldn't directly relate to you, you know that it does, you know? Like maybe, again, I just feel like you feel like this situation is coming towards you, like, you know. Even if in the physical you don't really see it, you may even see it too. Like maybe you could have been dealing with, like, you know, a divine counterpart, you know, like a soulmate connection, and they could have been with a karmic, you know, they could have been with a karmic, because I always feel like this pile always ends up being connected with one of the other piles. So, you know, you can watch pile number 1. I feel like that might, you know, that might work for you if you watch pile number 1, and you might see the other perspective. But I feel like for some of you, you could be dealing with like a spiritual connection. Maybe they were with a karmic and they finally broke up with the karmic, and now, you know, they're single. Maybe you know this now, so you're just like, okay, cool, now they're single, they're gonna come towards me now, you know. I was loving myself, I was respecting myself. I wasn't going to lower my self-worth to be with this person. I was gonna wait until they were officially single, you know, to even talk to them, to be with them, you know. And like, you kind of stood your ground, and now you're gonna have all this great fortune come to you. All right. Well, like there could be a problem happening now or in the near future with that first card, but I feel like it's not going to be a big problem. It's going to be something very small. I feel like if anything, given how these are happening, it could just be like a jealous ex, you know? Like it could be like maybe someone is going to try to break you up or make you miserable, like if you guys, or when you guys like actually start to get together, interact. If you are connected to pile 1 in any type of way, they just broke up with a karmic. So maybe their karmic is going to see you guys like talking and together, and they're going to try to break you up. You know, they're going to try to do something to kind of get in your way, and you know, you'll overcome it. Just ignore them, you know. Just be the bigger person, be the more abundant person, ignore them, and just let things happen how they're going to happen. Don't stoop to their level. That's what I'm hearing. Because I feel like you are a very abundant, very spiritual person, and they're very 3D, while you have a lot of 5D, like, you know, there's a lot, like, you're very in tune with your spiritual self, your higher self, so don't sink down to this other person's level, like this karmic, this ex that's gonna try to shake the table and, you know, stir things around. Do not undersell yourself. Do not get with someone who could be a karmic if you know they're not meant to be with you. Do not do anything degrading. And with the whole love yourself first, yeah, definitely, I feel like a lot of you guys have really been practicing a lot of self-love. I feel like there's still probably a lot to go. Some of you may, you know, you may have like body dysmorphia, you may have like types of anxieties where like you it's kind of hard to love yourself, you know, a lot of insecurities that you need to overcome. Everyone has them. Everyone has some type of insecurity, you know, but I feel like definitely, like, I feel like while you're practicing self-love, it's really been giving you a good ego boost, you know? I just feel like aside from this whole situation with this person in general, you are getting like a huge ego boost around this time, which is really cool. Yeah, this mainly, like I was saying, is more about like relationship and spiritual stuff, and not necessarily work, okay? So whether your work life or school or whatever is going great or terrible, that has nothing to really do with this right now. But I feel like the connections you're having with other people, you are getting a nice little ego boost. Like they're kind of maybe telling you that you're good at what you do, or that you look good or whatever, and it's going to kind of bump up your it's gonna bump up your self-worth, and you're gonna be like, all right, cool, like I don't need approval for anyone else. I know I've got it. You know, so that type of thing, like, you know, just a lot more confident. I'm feeling just a lot more confidence with you guys, okay? But yeah, definitely pay attention to your dreams, though. Like, you're straight up communicating with your higher self, with your divine counterpart. You know, if you have a soulmate connection, that's, you know, if you know that you have one or not. Not everyone watching this is going to have one, but, you know, if you know that you have, or you're dealing with a soulmate connection or a twin flame connection, whatever, you may be connecting with them a lot in your dreams. Like, even if you're not talking to them in person, I feel like in your dreams, they are, like, sending you so many messages. So pay attention to those messages that they're sending you, okay? And they probably were, like, going off the charts recently, too. So pay very close attention to that, okay? What else? 6, and the Magician is 1, 7. You're probably seeing the number 7 a lot, or the number 6 a lot. I believe Temperance is number 14, which comes down to 5, like 1 and 4 equals 5. 5, 6, 7, or like a type of a new beginning, okay? Like, you're not in the full energy, because for Major Arcana, the Fool card is like the new beginning. The Magician comes shortly after. I feel like there's definitely a lot of like throat chakra stuff with this. Like it I feel like a lot of this abundance is gonna happen very unexpectedly for you. Like I feel like you've definitely just had like a total dry spell with this whole situation, because even while I'm reading this, I'm just like, whatever, you know. Like I feel very monotonous right now. Monotone, whatever. But yeah, I feel very monotonous right now, and I'm just like sleepy as I'm reading these. But like these are some really great messages for you guys. Okay, so don't let my boring voice today discourage you. I will admit that I took a nice little nap before I did these readings. So, but this is a really good positive message though. Okay, so yeah, pay attention to your dreams. Keep manifesting these great like abundance, prosperity filled things that are coming towards you, whether you realize it or not. You are manifesting. You are putting in the work. Keep loving yourself. Keep getting that confidence that you were slowly building up. Okay. Your patience has not gone unnoticed from Spirit. Okay, I feel like Spirit is very happy that you've waited such a long time. They know that you waited a long time, and they're just like, good for you. Okay, and I feel like you're finally going to get this abundance you've been waiting for such a long time for. Okay, and don't let anyone get in your way of that, because all this abundance, all these great messages, this is like the only thing that's like, like pointing fingers. I feel like just someone is going to try to blame you for something. Someone's going to basically try to come at your neck for something. Don't let them. I feel like it's just like a very jealous energy. Also, that being said, be careful that like you're not getting the evil eye casted on you. For some of you, I'm kind of getting that right now, because like I know my teacher, he's Italian, and he talks about the evil eye, and he's just like, someone can unknowingly just give you the evil eye. Like they could give you like a stink eye, or a stinky look, and then boom, you have the evil eye over you. It's like a type of energy. So look up how to get rid of the evil eye if you feel you have it, or like even just get like a bracelet or a necklace of the evil eye, just so that you can protect yourself, because I do feel like there's just some jealous energy that's just going to try to like take something away from you, and you don't want that happening. Okay, so that's all I'm really getting. But yeah, that was a really good reading though. Okay, so yeah, just get something for evil eye. Make sure no one's casting any negative energy onto you. Pay attention to your dreams. Please write it down. Keep manifesting what you're manifesting. Keep practicing self-love. Stop doubting your charm. Stop doubting your looks. Stop doubting your abilities. I feel like you guys struggle a lot with insecurities and dysmorphia and all that. Just don't beat yourself up too much about your appearance or whatever you're doing. I do feel like you are going to get a big ego boost, a lot of pride happening. I feel like people are really going to kind of reassure you. Not from you asking, but just casually. They might say you're good at what you do, or they might say like you look good or whatever, where you might doubt your appearance or whatever. I feel like other people are like, what are you talking about? You're gorgeous, you're handsome, whatever, like that type of thing. So, or like, what are you talking about? You're great at what you do, so just stay confident and stop beating yourself up. Stop doubting yourself. And again, your patience has not gone unnoticed, okay, from Spirit. All right, so, whew, thank you. Thank you, pile number 3. Again, sorry I sound really tired and boring while reading this. That was actually a very good reading. That was the best reading, honestly, in the whole deck. But I just feel like this has been a long time coming. You're just going to get a lot of positive messages. All right, so with that, I'll see you guys next time.